Better ensure accountability and justice when there is a jail death like Abby's. Some states, including Texas, New Jersey, and North Carolina, require independent investigations. Better ensure accountability and justice when there is a jail death like Abby's. Some states, including Texas, New Jersey, and North Carolina, require independent investigations, just like in officer-involved shootings. In 2015, a presidential task force recommended outside investigations be adopted nationwide, saying in order to restore and maintain trust, this independence is crucial. And too often, they overlook serious problems. Take Naj Powell's death. He was arrested by Hennepin Sheriff's deputies at HCMC's psych unit. His charge, failing to complete earlier treatment for mental illness. State rules require more frequent observation for potentially suicidal or mentally ill inmates. Last month, Carol Levin exposed how the obviously mentally ill and potentially suicidal man was not more frequently observed or placed on any suicide precautions.
They're not working to fix problems. They're looking to cover their backsides.
Attorney Jeff Storms represents Naj's family in a wrongful death lawsuit. He claims the Hennepin Sheriff's Department, which investigated itself, attempted to pass the buck. His evidence? This search warrant application, where the Sheriff's Department told a judge they were criminally investigating aiding of suicide by HCMC doctors. There was zero evidence Naj's death was aided by doctors. Remember, he was already in the sheriff's custody. The sheriff's investigation was closed with no findings of wrongdoing. Minnesota Department of Corrections, which licenses jails, does do death reviews. In Naj's case, they didn't find any violations that contributed to his death. Greg Croucher says he would review video to determine if inmates were checked on according to state rules and look to see if training for guards was up to date. But he says state inspectors don't interview witnesses or seek to determine whether jail medical care was adequate. Watch how that played out when Abby Rudolph died. Clay County investigated itself. The finding? Jail staff acted appropriately and showed compassion while dealing with inmate Abby Rudolph. The DOC death review parroted that, stating staff appear to have been very compassionate and treated Miss Rudolph very professionally. But when Carol Levin investigated, we found Clay County ignored basic professional jail medical standards that people detoxing from opioids be given effective medication. Records show Abby received no medication, and guards consistently documented her as okay, even as she lay on her cell floor for days, vomiting and soiling herself. DOC Commissioner Paul Schnell is backing significant jail reform proposals to the legislature that call, in part, for an outside medical doctor to review deaths to determine if mistakes or denial of medical care played a role. But he acknowledges that's still not the same as an actual independent criminal death investigation. The DOC tells Carol Levin they encourage sheriffs to use an outside agency. But Minnesota law doesn't require it. So the sheriffs get to choose who investigates jail deaths on their watch. More often than not, they choose themselves.
Viewer discretion is advised.